That's difficult because I never really thought about I want to make this kind of music or this kind of music. I just I always made what I felt or what I wrote. So when I was a little younger, in between like 16 and 21, I was making more melodic pop rock music, more rock music. Since 5-6 years, it's more singer-songwriter stuff, but that's a very general term. Singer-songwriters make all kind of music. That's a good thing.
Okay.
When you're a singer-songwriter, you can do everything. You can make more a guitar record. You can make a piano album. You can make an electronic album. So if you would, I don't know if they call it folk pop sometimes. I call it acoustic pop music. I don't know what it is. So it's I'm maybe not the best to ask.
Okay.
2007 was very important because before that I wasn't really playing a lot of concerts. My album wasn't selling very much, so not a lot of people knew me. But after that, I just sort of I had to rise to the occasion because I got a lot of big concerts and there was a lot of pressure to record a better album after the success of You Don't Know, because this is what launched my career in 2007. And I wrote most of the songs for the German album, because the German album is complete. It has all the songs of the second album plus 3 songs from the first. And most of these songs from the second I wrote with pressure because they said, "Ooh, it's going to be difficult," and because I didn't have a lot of time. But I think I matured as a songwriter, but I don't think I'm there yet. I think I can do still better, but I definitely made some progress. And live, we made a lot of progress in these 2 years. It's maybe the most important thing. We've played almost 200 times, I think, and it's even though it's basically the same songs. You wouldn't believe the difference that we made since 2007.
Okay.
Childhood, it was sort of a dream that slowly materialized. It's not like when I was 5, I want to be a musician. I've always been making music, and was a very important part, but I wasn't sure how I could be doing a job with music. I wasn't sure how it could happen. But it slowly evolved, and I remember when I was 17, 18, between 16 and 18, that I really made a decision in my head. I want to try at least. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but I wanted to give it a shot. I didn't want to end up in 15 years later and thinking back, I should have put more time into it like this.
Okay.
The thing is, it's not like a televised thing. It's more of an underground alternative. It's just a live contest where 1,000 bands apply, and normally it's for alternative rock bands. But I was the only one within the last 10 with acoustic guitar, and I made a good impression. And apparently, and that was the first time the press wrote about me. But this was early 2004, and it's only for insiders. The music industry knows about this contest, but the big audience don't know it. So I still needed 3 more years to find my audience. I've never really had idols. I never really had like one idol or a couple of. I mean, I've been a big fan of when I was younger, like Nirvana and then Radiohead and stuff, but never I mean, I'm a big fan of Bruce Springsteen, but not to call him my idol. That's a bridge too far. Just I like his music. It doesn't really mean anything for me. It was the reason that I decided to take on Milow was because my own name, Jonathan van den Broek, is too long, and I wanted something shorter, and it sounded good in different languages, and I added the W in the end. And I like the way it looks and sounds, and I never really changed again. I think that's most important, because if you're a young artist, musician, you don't need to change your names every month because it's confusing. Because if a couple people know you, your music and your name, they will lose track of you if you keep changing your names.
Okay.
Yeah. It's there's not like one rule. It's just sort of every day I try to observe a lot, and sometimes there's an idea that sparks something in my head, and I think maybe I can turn it into a song. But I need an angle. It's hard to say like that's how it goes, because it can come from different sides. Sometimes it's something I read, sometimes it's something that happens to me, or that someone tells me about, like this. And I try to mix it and turn it into a song.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to do something to have a little bit of fun, and I wanted to do a very different cover, so I looked for a song that was the opposite of my music.
Okay.
And AO Technology was a perfect example of a song that was both the music, R&B, and the lyrics, which are about porn and cybersex. They were the opposite of my song, so that was a good challenge for me, and that's how we came. I don't know. Like JC Chapman would be nice. I mean, I can sing a long list of names that are that are all impossible to ask.
Okay.
I just released my first live album, and I'm starting. This is basically the start of my first European club tour until the beginning of December. I just want to turn this into a success, and that people like it and want to come back and bring some friends. I think this is what I'll be doing for at least 6 more months. I think next summer we'll be doing a lot of festivals all over Europe. I hope to convince the south of Europe. They're now sort of getting to know me. I hope that they will really like it and the album, and then after that I have to admit that I want to see if there's something that can be done in the US or Canada or Australia or UK or... Well, we'll see. I want to try to get as far as possible with this collection of songs before I sort of reset and start all over with new material.
Okay.
Tonight,
yes.
I would try to give a very good concert, and with a mixture of vibes and emotions, and I hope people will have the feeling that there was not a lot of distance between them and us on stage. So we'll do our best. In general, I don't know.
Okay.
I had both, and not so long ago I didn't have so much money, so I remember. But I mean, depends. Split it. That's maybe more fair, but.